He switched from Haas to Mercedes. He was the champion the season before that. He switches to a team that hadn't won since season 9, round 11. The same season, he claimed the championship for Red Bull. The three-time champ is back on top, and so is Mercedes. Owen wins the Brazilian GP. Back on top is Owen. The Irish driver does it once again. Owen now enters the final sector in the final couple of corners. In the US, he was second last time. And in Brazil, last week, he was the winner. This week, for a second week straight, he is the winner for Mercedes, who are back on form. 2 wins to start the season. 3 on this game cycle. Last season was no wins for them, but this season, they're back out on top and out stronger than ever. Tadpole can get around. Tadpole has pulled off a strategic masterclass to win this race. He started on the wet tires, gone to inters early under the safety car, pitted again, and now he committed to the inters to come out in winning prestigious position. McLaren won round 3 last season. Tadpole's last win comes from his championship season, and now he wins once again. Tadpole, a winner in RPL for the first time in over 4 seasons. He wins the Canadian Grand Prix.
Both
Here we
of them
go.
Obliterating their overtake buttons, and it all comes down to this. The Casio Triangle. The 27th
Bunkers.
lap. Bunkers.
Can't
it's
do
too
it.
late.
It's going to be Owen holding on. He won here for Ferrari in Japan in Season 1, Formula 1 Tier 1. He won the last time here in Tier 2 in Japan for Red Bull, but this time he wins for Mercedes. Side by side photo finish. Gecko holds on for Alfa Romeo to make their first podium of the game cycle. Owens continuing to solidify himself as a worthy driver for Tier 1. Eventually, the 2 Ferraris swap, but in the meantime, he's going to continue to extend his all-time wins in Tier 2. Owen wins once again. He has absolutely been on it this season. 4 of the first 5 races, he's come out on the top step of the podium. George is out of fuel. George is out of fuel as well. One last straight, and it's going to be a drag race to the line. 29 laps have come down to this. 100 races on the Tier 2 game cycle, and race 100 is going to be 100 races in the game cycle, all tiers. It's Owen winning Qatar. The last 7 races have been won by a champion, but today, Bonkers is going to change that. He's back on the top step of the podium for the first time since the end of Season 9. Bonkers conquers Saudi Arabia. He wins for Red Bull, back on the top step for them. B-Nick, 6 seasons in a row on the Tier 2 podium, and give it up for Owen on the podium for Williams. The first time since Season 6 Belgium, they've done it. And Bonkers wants to take it on track around the outside. RG Bargy. Gecko not going to give it up here. It's still a race on track. Gecko slides. Gecko's off the road. Gecko will come to take victory on track at his home race, but it won't be enough to hold on. Bonkers win number 5, and it comes in Britain. He's going to take a first Tier 2 podium, but here we come. Hunted crosses the line first, but it's not going to matter for Zatsy in this race. B-Nick gets the win in Austria on Redemption Day. The circuit, he had a win stolen from him. He wins for the 2nd time ever in Tier 2. We'll go to our race leader then, JNT.
It's Gecko.
Your driver.
Comes out.
Gecko is now in the final sector, JNT. It's time for a Tier 2 first victory to now be in Gecko's name. Ferrari
First
have won
career
9
win.
straight seasons,
Gecko
and now
wins
Gecko
at
wins
Zandvoort.
for the first time. Gecko does it in Zandvoort. Keep that in mind. Battles continue throughout the whole field. We'll get back to it. For the first time ever in Imola, a wet race and a Red Bull, JTK is an RPL winner. The rest of the field's going to cross the line behind that, but we now go to Owen. Season 4 was his, Season 8 was his, and Season 9 was his. That all came at Red Bull, but a 4-time champion of Owen has done it. He is the Season 11 Tier 2 RPL champion. Gecko, with a strategic masterclass, is going to win a 2nd Tier 2 race. He already won here before in Formula Endurance, but now he's won here in Tier 2. Gecko wins in Portimao, RPL's return here in Tier 2. Congratulations, Gecko. A 2nd win. For a 2nd time, JTK is victorious in Vegas, clinching Red Bull the Constructors' Championship. Join us for Tier 2 next season. on each Friday for the events. Goodbye and good night, and we will see you then.